Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. I thought today, to celebrate spring, which happy spring, it's finally here. We can finally go outside, sit in the sun and read. No more winter, no more rain. I'm saying this and it's raining all week here, but we're manifesting. So for today's video, I thought I could make my spring TBR with you guys. Obviously I already made it, but I could just tell you, I guess. Anyways, today I thought it would be fun to do a spring TBR because I love making seasonal TBRs. Honestly, I think I like them better than monthly. I just love looking at my shelf and be like, this book is so spring. I need to read it during the spring. And then if I don't, guess what? I'm waiting a whole year to read the book again because it's not the right season. Also, one thing I do have to warn you is that I usually go into books pretty blind. So don't expect me to tell you too much about these books because I also don't know. I've never read them. So today I have 20 books to show you. I have these 2 stacks over here, and I also have 6 more books that are new releases. So obviously I don't have them here, but I'm just gonna start with them. Let me check my phone though, because I don't want to forget. First we have Say You'll Remember Me. So excited for that one. One of my most anticipated reads for this year. Yours truly and Just for the Summer were 5 stars for me. I'm so excited because I've heard that one is super emotional. And one thing about me, I love to cry to books. So sign me up. Like, I'm ready to read that one. Next we have Great Big Beautiful Life. That's a mouthful. Also one of my most anticipated reads for this year. Love Emily Henry's books. Can you see them right there? A whole shelf dedicated to her. Yes, I'm basic. Yes, I'm just like every other girl, but I love her books. I'm hoping this one is more emotional than Funny Story because Funny Story did not hit as hard for me. My favorites are Happy Place and Betrayed. Next, I want to read Fearless. Am I gonna say it again? One of my most anticipated reads for this year. Yeah, I loved Powerless, 5 stars, but Reckless, not as good. Boring a little bit. So since this is the last book in the trilogy, I think she will, you know, redeem herself. I'm just hoping that we will get more plot. On Reckless, like everything felt the same. Like the first 100 pages were great, and then the same plot, the same banter, everything was repeating. Then we have Wild and Wrangled. Have I read any of the other books on the Rebel Blue Ranch series? No, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Don't worry. Literally all I know about that series is that it's an interconnected series, cowboy romance. That's it. I just love a good cowboy romance during the spring and the summer. It just hits. I don't know what it is. I just need them to be like quick. Next one. Once again, one of my most anticipated reads, and that is It's a Love Story. I read Summer Romance and Nora Goes Off Script, and I love those books. I've seen Nora Goes Off Script so many times, like the last few years, and I looked at the cover and I was like, it's not pulling me in. And then I saw Haley, Sarah, and Destiny reading it and giving it a really high rating, and I was like, I'll give it a shot. And I was obsessed with Annabelle Monaghan's writing, and now I have to pick up every single book she has. Same Time Next Summer is the only one I have left, and I'm so excited to read it during the summer. Exactly, I cannot read it before. Her writing is just so short, concise, always has like an emotional pull. It also has some commentary on society, on women, on being divorced, anything. Next we have The Conditions of Will. I love Magnolia Parks. I don't know if you could tell. I got the special editions right here and then the normal editions right here. I am obsessed with that series, like my favorite series of all time. I'm really excited about this one because it feels more like a Magnolia Parks-esque type of story. It's a new series, so I'm excited for that. I just love her writing in these books, and so I'm just hoping that I'll get kind of the same thing because I'll have a new series to obsess over. And that's all I want. With that, we're gonna get to my actual physical TBR and all of the books I have over here. We're gonna start with Love and Other Words. I cannot believe I have not read this yet. I feel like this is one of book tags like OG books. Everyone has read it but me. And every single thing I've ever heard about this book makes me think that I'm gonna love it. Like 6 stars, because one thing about me, I love second chance romance. I think It's maybe my favorite. So I don't know why I haven't read this. Cover's just giving spring. So cute. I am obsessed with this cover. I've also never read anything by Christina Lauren, so I'm excited to give this a chance. I think I'm gonna love it. I hope I love it. I want to find more 5 stars, obviously. Next we have Ready or Not. I'm so excited to read this one. I've been seeing a lot of people say that if you loved Out on a Limb, you should read Ready or Not, and I read that book recently and I absolutely loved it. 5 stars. Obviously, cried to it. You'll see a pattern here. Like, if a book makes me cry, probably gonna give it 5 stars. Anyway, I'm really excited to read this one, and just tell me this cover is not the most spring thing ever. Like, I am obsessed with this cover. Also, I think it's, yeah, set in New York in spring, I think. The spring thing might be just because of the cover, but I'm pretty sure. So whatever. It's the surprise pregnancy trope. I've only read 2 books with that trope, and those were Reckless from the Chess and Spring series and Out on a Limb, and I love them both. I heard it makes people cry. That's all I want, truly. Then we have this author's new release, which is Promise Me Sunshine. I think her friend dies and she goes on a cruise, and then she meets this guy and they have a romance. That's the only thing I know, but I'm ready. Because one thing I've been realizing is that I love grief in books. I just love seeing conversations about that topic and, you know, how people deal with it. I think I honestly might like this one better than this one, but we'll see. Then I want to read the new release in the Dream Harbor series, which is the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. Why is the title so long? But look at how cute it is. Can you see the strawberries shining? Obsessed. They knew what they were doing. I think this might be my favorite cover in this series. Honestly, my favorite thing about these books are the covers. I'm not gonna lie. If the covers weren't that cute, I probably would not read them. Like, honestly, sometimes I just want a fast-paced, silly little romance that's not even, you know, that good. These books are always so short. These are the perfect palette cleansers, and I need the covers. It makes me just want to, you know, go to the park, bring my little blanket, bring a cute drink, and read this. And that's probably what I'm gonna do. If you want to know what this is about, couldn't tell you. Just read the back, and honestly, I don't know who these people are. Maybe I've met them in the other books, but I'm honestly confused. This is actually a workplace romance. Like, this guy moves to her town, which is, you know, the same town of the other books, and now he's managing the Strawberry Patch Pancake House, and I guess she already worked there, and they're gonna have a romance. Next, I have the 3 first books in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. So we have Done and Dusted. This one is Brother's Best Friend. Swift and Settled. This one, I think it's a workplace romance. I think she moves to this town, has a one-night stand or something like that with this guy, and then it turns out that he's her boss. And Lost and Lassoed. This one is a single dad and nanny trope. And that's all I know. Cowboy romance. Sign me up. Some fun, cute little romances. I'm down. Also, during the warmer months, I just feel like it's fun to have like a small town, cute little interconnected series to binge. And that's exactly what this is. Finally, to end our romance books, Things We Never Got Over. I have the whole trilogy on my TBR. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really want to read them, but I already have them, so I'm going to at least try. And this cover, it's very much giving spring. I just know that this is an interconnected series, a small town series. Maybe this will also be a series that I binge during the spring. We'll see, because these are such thick books. For romance books, it's a little intimidating. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little intimidating. I'm finally going to read it. Like, I'm promising myself here, I'm going to read this series. Let's get into the fantasy books. I'm gonna be continuing ACOTAR. I'm gonna be reading A Court of Mist and Fury and A Court of Wings and Ruin. I read ACOTAR like 6 months ago, and then I never picked it up again. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reread ACOTAR in audiobook. I think I'm gonna try to find the graphic audiobook. And I've heard that these 2 books is where people absolutely fall in love with this series. I did catch a huge spoiler, I think, for this book, because someone thought it would be funny to just post it without a spoiler warning on TikTok. So thank you so much to that girl. That was a really mediocre meme that needed to be posted. So thank you. Next we have a book that I've been avoiding for so long for no reason, to be honest. Like, I feel like this is gonna be exactly what I like in books, and that's The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This book is about a girl who makes a deal to live forever, but because of that deal, she ends up not being remembered by anyone until she meets a boy who remembers her. And that's all I know. That's the only thing I've heard from TikTok. Also that people ball their eyes to this, which is exactly what I want. But I've also heard that this is very slow paced, and I've been in a weird funk, and a weird reading slump for the last 6 months. It's been honestly a little too it's been a little too much for me. So that's why I haven't picked this up yet, because I'm scared that this will put me into a reading slump. But I feel like I'm gonna love it. I feel like this is gonna be the type of writing that I really love, and I hope I absolutely sob to this book. Like, I want to be an emotional mess when I finish this. The next one is actually a duology, so we have Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. I've been wanting to read these books for so long. It's literally on Kindle Unlimited. Like, I could have already read it, to be honest. I don't know why I haven't though, because the covers are beautiful. Everything I've heard people say about these books sounds amazing to me. Just been hearing that the writing is like really beautiful. I've heard there's a lot of romance, which I love. I know that they write letters to each other, which I feel like that's gonna be really cute. I know the reviews on this one are not the best, but I feel like I'm going in with the right expectations, because I've heard this one doesn't have as much romance as this one. So I feel like I'm gonna like it because of that. And also for fantasy, these are so short. I need to get to these. If you want to know what these are about, the only thing I know is that there's a war going on, and they're writing letters to each other in a magical typewriter, and there's these gods that do stuff. I don't know, guys. I want to read more fantasy. I've been reading so much romance, and I feel like this one is a good switch up. The last book I want to read is Lessons in Chemistry. I'm gonna be honest, I need to read this book because it's the only book that I have on my physical TBR that will complete one of the Goodreads challenge. You know, those ones with like the bookmark? But it's the only book I have that will make me complete that challenge. And one thing about me, I love to cross shit off. Like, I just love to complete stuff. And I want to have that little badge on my Goodreads goal. That's it. This book is about a woman who works in a team of scientists. Think they make like a discovery, and then they don't give her the credit that she deserves. And honestly, I just think I need to read more literary fiction, because every time I read it, I really enjoy it. So I'm honestly really excited to read this one and to complete my Goodreads goal. These are all the books I want to read this season. Okay, she's here to say goodbye to you too. Yeah, these are all the books I'm gonna read. Let's just hope I complete my TBR, because I never do. I have not completed a TBR in months. I guess if you want to see me read all of these books, subscribe. Tell me your TBR and tell me your suggestions for me, because I'm always open to those. I'll see you soon. Bye!